I'm elated to commission the refurbished Maasai Mara Research Center, which is situated in this renowned ecosystem. Governor, this is a marvel in the world. And as I was thinking about it, it looks like God's gift shop for the world to come and see his total creation in one shop, in one county. Today's function is very critical because the Bible says, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. But because we have knowledge, we have this research center. Going forward, we shall not perish. Wildlife will not perish because we have the knowledge, knowing that sustainable conservation of the Maasai Mara ecosystems touch on lives and thousands of livelihoods in favor of local communities and diverse conservation partners and stakeholders in multiple jurisdictions, both home and away. It is with this in mind that what we are here to witness today is an important step in guaranteeing the integrity of the Mara ecosystem. Say that for my ministry, our biggest goal or the biggest work that we have is to implement the vision that His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, has for this sector, and it is summarized in the manifesto. We want to thank him because he is a true vision bearer and has given us an opportunity to be his vision carriers. And therefore, his vision to increase wildlife, to promote the wildlife economy, and to have communities at the center of conservation is what is in our hands. The second role or important task that we have been given is to ensure that there are good policies, legislation, and regulations that promote a favorable working environment for all the players to support conservation. And as a ministry, together with my peers, we undertake to do our very best. We affirm and assure all stakeholders of our commitment and our hard work towards achieving the vision and the goals that we have been given. I also want to say that Maasai Mara and Narok County Governor, you are a powerhouse for wildlife and a cornerstone for tourism. I'm gratified that just last week in Mombasa, we released 2 reports, the Tourism Sector Performance Report for the year 2024, and also the Sustainability and Climate Change Report. Very good news in those reports that our tourism is on an upward surge. International visitors increased by 16.4% from 2 million to 2.4. Local tourism was recorded as 5.1, though we know that is quite suppressed and conservative because we did not include numbers of the domestic tourists who stay in unlicensed accommodation like Airbnb, like homestays and other establishments. We did not also take into account visitors and tourists who do not necessarily spend a night in a hotel. Earnings also grew very well to almost 20%, at 19.79% from 377 billion to 452 billion. We saw that our source markets like the USA, Uganda, and other countries continued to grow and bring more visitors. We also observed that we are diversifying our source markets. We have seen countries like Poland, the Czech Republic, Australia coming in heavily, while markets like India and China have continued to be resilient, and therefore the targets ahead, we anticipate that in 2025 we intend to have 3 million international visitors, and on domestic tourism about 10 million tourists, and therefore we have quite a lot of work to do. But Governor, I must remain very kind to you and very close to you, because you play a significant role in me fulfilling the targets that I have been given. And therefore, I'm always happy to be here in Maasai.
Today's event is a testament to the strong collaboration between Narok County and the Wildlife Research and Training Institute, underscored by the recent framework agreement between our institutions. This partnership is a significant step forward in enhancing research and monitoring within the Maasai Mara, a landscape that has long been at the forefront of ecological studies. However, while the Maasai Mara boasts a rich legacy of ecological research, it is imperative that such research is directly applicable to the practical management of the research. Historically, ladies and gentlemen, much of the scientific work conducted here has not always translated into actionable conservation strategy. This is an issue we must address, and I am proud to note that the refurbishment and upgrading of this research station is a critical step in aligning research efforts with the urgent needs of conservation and sustainable management in the Mara ecosystem. In recognition of this, the Narok County government is actively recruiting reserve ecologists and veterinary experts who will play a pivotal role in strengthening research and conservation effort in the Maasai Mara. This investment in human capital underscores our commitment to evidence-based decision-making in the management of this globally significant ecosystem. As we officially launch this newly refurbished and equipped facility, I call upon all stakeholders, government agencies, research institutions, conservation organizations, and local communities to continue working together to ensure that our research efforts contribute meaningfully to the preservation of the Maasai Mara for generations to come.
Accounting officer, Governor Ntutu, is to tell you I also hold some budgets for Narok in the Ministry of Tourism. We've been partnering with you since we came into office through the UNDP IWT program, given Narok County government and MMWCA vehicles, equipment, computers. We have just finished furnishing and equipping the Kikorok security hub, which we hope to come and open also, just to foster also this research center. But finally, is to make a call for support for conservancies. That is what I do very well, because I believe in communities being a part and parcel of conservation. The last time we came here, we came with Her Excellency former Ambassador Meg and my former cabinet secretary. We signed a 6.5 million USD grant for Maasai Mara Wildlife Conservancies Association. That grant has now been withdrawn formally, which means Narok County government, Serikali Kuu, we must step in and help the budget deficits. At the landscape level, they cannot even pay rangers' salaries and food rations. So yesterday we discussed with UNDP on trying to reallocate funds, remove some consultancies and some projects so that we can avail some funds initially for MMWCA and TTWCA. So from the office, my office as an accounting officer is to confirm under the leadership of Waziri, we will continue to support county governments to run county reserves or national reserves, and will also support communities and conservancies. Finally, the day after Monday is the International World Wildlife Day. We are celebrating it in Baringo in recognition of the place of county governments, Lake Bogoria National Reserve, Kamnarok National Reserve, hata wakwe na reserve kama Imara, where they generate revenue, they have ranger housing, they have rangers, it even beefs up security of those far-flung counties.